You remember her. She looks just like you. She has fire in her eyes. She is filled with adventure. Her imagination has verdure no forest can ever compete with. She loves without conditions and without boundaries. And her presence is so fierce simply because she is unafraid in her own skin. She's just a little girl. She's the little girl you were before some event or series of events separated you from her. She was you before you began to fear her vulnerability, her fragility, her wild and wide open heart. She was you before you forgot that she is the most powerful aspect of you. Imagine for a moment a picture I have of my fiery little irreverent girl self. I'm 9 or 10, pre-boobs. I'm the most intensely physical and uninhibited creature. This is clear at first glance. I'm at the ocean, it's behind me. My hair is stiff from dried seawater and wild looking. I clearly don't care. I have my swimsuit yanked down to about mid-body, with my hip thrust out to one side and a crazy wide smile across my face. I am entirely me, I am entirely free, and my body is entirely my own. My soul is flush to my skin, like a comforter is to a duvet cover. This was the wild girl child I was before my friend's older brother sexually abused me, before I let fear settle deep into my bones, creating a devastating distance between my body and my soul. The word apostasy refers to the act of renouncing one's faith. At age 11, I left the First Unitarian Church of Cleveland in a red-faced rage, after encountering the way in which the sacred texts of Christianity told stories about women, but did not include their actual voices or perspectives. I sat on the curb of the church parking lot with my skinny arms wrapped around my knees and sobbed my eyes out. The anger that had forced me to leave my Sunday school class as we were reading the Bible had revealed itself as fear, pure fear. With little girl clarity, I knew that my sexual assault was not random. I knew that my silence about what had happened that night and his wrongful belief that he had a right to my body had everything to do with the fact that God's word had left women's voices out of the story. I say I knew, but it was more than simple cognition. It was visceral. I knew as if in blood memory that women's bodies had been written out of the divine equation. I was the sex not considered sacred. So what was one more girl child abused? Who would ever care, and how would it ever stop? If my body could have a door, that door would be in my heart. And if I could describe that moment to you at all, I would tell you that I opened the door in my heart just then and walked right out. This, to me, was apostasy, not leaving church, but abandoning my own body. The path of the divine feminine for me has required that I reclaim that effortless state of embodiment I had as a little girl. I have had to go on a pilgrimage to recover that unfaltering love I was, that wildly free little love creature who never abandoned her impulses and who was entirely at home in her body. Here's what I've come to tell you. Nothing good can ever be lost. Contrary to everything you've been told or taught, she is your knight in shining armor. She is the one you've been waiting for. She is the most important person in your life. And contrary to everything you've been told or taught, she is within. She is not that next job, that next love, a marriage, a child, a trip to a bikini-clad land. What will save you is inside of you. What you long for most, you already contain. Rather than looking up, praying up for the light to break through to you, as more traditionally religious texts and leaders might suggest to you, this journey to find her again, to reveal your soul, is about going within. It's about daring to enter your own dark, to unveil the obstacles that have separated you from her. The path of the divine feminine is a path of turning within to find that treasure of the love you are and have always been. This is the path of reclaiming the love that is your birthright, the love that gives us the fundamental and ultimate freedom to walk this earth beloved and unafraid.